Alright, hello and welcome back to Let's Play That. Today we're taking a look at Virtua Bowl. Now the virtual title makes me think virtual racing, virtual fighter, so it makes me think Sega. But let's see if that's actually the case. Well, Virtua Bowl... That's kind of... Wait, why is it Cupid shooting that there? Oh, alright. How high can we go? 15-pounder. You want to survive? Alright. Oh, weird. Well, no, it's just that they use like a movie to... Oh my gosh, this is the most energetic bowling game I've ever played. Wow. This is actually really cool. Oh my gosh. Now, okay, this is pretty clearly not made by Sega, but... Oh my gosh. Oh, I got cheated. I got robbed every time. Bowling's a scam. Oh crap. Oh, cool. You can sort of adjust. If you get bad aim, then you can kind of compensate. Oh man. Oh wow, this bowling game. All right. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you boot up a random MAME game and you're going to be like, I don't know if this game is going to be any good. And then you're a little bit afraid. And especially, too, you see the bowling game. It's like Virtua Bowling. It's like, what is that going to be? Just bowling in 3D? It's like, I already played Virtua Racer. I don't need to play Virtua Bowler. And then you boot it up and you're like, how have I gone my entire life without playing this game? It's so fast-paced, too. I mean, you can't really look past that. Because, I mean, a lot of bowling games, it's like do-do-do-do-do. It's kind of slow, but this game is I mean, if those sounds mean anything at all to you. And I hear that music is the universal language, so they probably should. And then we got like an energetic music, like the portrait on the left is just constantly doing stuff. Like, I've bowled in bowling, oh, that's it, halfway through? Wow, that was just 160 points. You'd have to be like a professional bowler to get that. Or you'd have to be playing a bowling arcade game. Although it does seem strangely hard to pick up strikes. A lot of bowling games like to make strikes unrealistically easy, but this game kinda... It always seems to leave one pin left. And that's kinda mean. Now, it does seem more than easy enough to get spares, but... Oh, jeez. So like I was saying, strikes are easy peasy. Man, I do love those animations on the left, though. Because, like, I used to bowl at some bowling alley when I was a kid. And, ooh, double turkey. Oh, baby. What is happening right now? Okay. Anyway, I used to bowl at this arcade, and so, yeah, they would have, like, animations going on and whatever as you're going, but, like, the pace would be, like, a lot slower, the animations would be a lot worse, and, like, they'd be using the same animations over and over. Now this, I can't even tell it's repeating. We're just going on to new frames, and everything's just changing so fast. Now this is a bright, happy game. Alright, can I pick up the spare? I don't even know. I love how, like, the bowling game doesn't, like, overly punish you for your mistakes. She turns into a queen. What kind of animation is that? Oh, right, because it's the final round, and I gotta pick up those extra points. Oh, now I get the strike. Oh, wow. That was, like, what, 5 minutes? And I inputted 1 credit? This bowling game gets it. Oh, there's a special stage? This is crazy. Now, this is a bowling game that just fundamentally understands what a bowling game should be. Now, a bowling game should not be a simulation of actual real-life bowling. No, real-life bowling, like, there's a sort of subtleness to throwing the ball, and there's, like, a technicality to doing it all. I mean, honestly, unless you're in, like, hyper-detailed VR, and I gotta tell you, right now, at this current day and age, we are not in hyper-detailed VR. You can't really emulate the actual feel and tactility of bowling. But what you can do is give a hyper-animated experience that sort of implies the experience of bowling. Like, a lot of the mental calculations going on behind bowling is like you gotta look at all those angles, you gotta line things up, and you gotta throw it out. And so this game, it gets all of like the lining up and throwing out thing, but it doesn't have so much of the waiting and like having the ball go in and all that. Celebrity ranking. What? Oh, I'm only 5th celebrity. Ooh, interesting. They kind of have a neat scrolling mechanic where it's kind of like one of those old-timey clocks, which before LCDs. Queen of the bowling pins. Game over. Wow, that was fast and frenetic. I only now can I actually think of the words to kind of describe what went horribly right. I think, yeah, like I was saying, like, bowling video games should all be about emulating the experience of bowling, or no, giving an impressionistic experience of bowling. And I think what too many bowling games do, that just they don't even think about, is like, they kind of make you angle, and then they make you do power, and they lock you in. Now, as you're seeing with this game, it's like, it makes you do angle, it makes you do power, but then you can move around once you know your angle. And so even if you completely screw up in the angle, you kind of have to, like, you can move your character, you can kind of work around it. And that is, like, really, really cool. That is, like, a revolutionary idea. I don't know why any other bowling game just doesn't do that. This game single-handedly makes all other bowling games completely outdated. She's just beating herself. Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't seen any of these like failure animations because I was doing too good. I mean, it's not that the game is too easy. Like a bowling game, I mean, bowling is very simple in concept. Like, a bowling game should be easy. And so, I'm not going to begrudge it for that. Alright, obviously you got to go 15 pounds. Alright, let's repeat it all over again, except this time with a guy's perspective. Interesting. Where did all the music go? Or does it kind of build up over time? It kind of builds up into, like, a frenetic crescendo. Why are you so worried, man? You know I got this. I see. I guess there is, like, a song going in the background. Oh, cool. You can kind of compensate with the spin if you kind of, like, push a button like a frantic... well, somebody whose life is on the line, and you gotta frantically change things. Oh, man. That is not healthy for him. I gotta say, though, the game really builds up to, like, a frenetic pace, but then you kind of play again, and it's, like, just kind of flat. Now, maybe it's because there's no background music, maybe because we haven't quite qualified, and the game doesn't know that we're, like, worth it yet, but just something seems kind of so lacking on from the last experience, that something that was present in the last experience seems so lacking here. It's kind of weird like that. Like, I think there are a lot of arcade games that you can really only play like one time in a row, and then if you try to play them again, then like the experience is kind of like ruined. Now, I don't know, maybe if I was cynical, I'd say it was only so exciting because it was the first time we played, and we were like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting any of this. Oh, cool, you can actually move your character as you're running up the bowling ball. Actually, I want to see if I can move them over the line, so you can like actually activate the foul thing and see. But no, doesn't seem like it activates or anything. So you can emulate a lot of bowling, but you can't emulate that. I really do think the boy and the girl just have different music, and the boy's music is a lot more subtle and less exciting, I'd say. But again, we're only like, what, 2 minutes into this, and we're already in like frame 8? I mean, we're doing nowhere near as good as we were before, but I mean, this is a fairly fast-paced experience. And I guess if you think about it, either you can make a bowling game super hard, and then you have to kind of feed in a bunch of credits, or you just make it go by super fast. And I do think making it super fast is probably the way to go. And especially, too, like, if you think about it, it's kind of the ultimate racket. What if they just gave you a strike every time? Now, strikes are fast because they only ever take up, like, one bowl, as opposed to 2 bowls, which would be a normal frame. So if they just give you strikes the whole time, that would be, like, the ultimate racket. It would be like your teacher's like, hey, the answers are just these. Hey, you getting them all right makes my job easier. Of course, just like actual cheating in school, Like, you can't failure. You just can't do it. There's just too many safeguards against it. And I mean, yeah, maybe that's a little... Yeah, it is kind of weird. It's like, I feel like this sort of idea of this mentality of stinginess kind of permeates arcade games as a whole. And so a lot of them are kind of like stingy with like how long they'll let you play, or they make you lose a credit real fast. But it's really weird to kind of see these bowling games. And yeah, it's like if they gave you strikes every time, it's like you'd come out happy, they'd come out happy because they're getting more quarters per minute. Although, there is something to be said about difficulty. Because you get a hard enough difficult game, and that person's going to come back day after day after day to just kind of like perfect your game. But if you make it easy, they're going to blow through it once and never come back. Never think about you ever again. So I wonder if what they're going for is kind of like a... like, you want to come back and you want to keep perfecting your high score. Because, I mean, while the game is not like overly hard, there is definitely some room for skill to kind of compensate and like kind of manifest itself and work its way into a higher score. And I mean, the game like definitely tells you your score and it puts it all up. In fact, there's even this like high score ranking. So, well, that was Virtua Bowling. I gotta be honest, when I saw Virtua Bowling, I was like, oh man, another bowling game? This is gonna be boring. I'll try to do my best to get through it. But then I started playing and I just had a grand old time. So, goes to show you, you never know what you're gonna get in the world of arcade games. Well, this cat's got a scat.